Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only.
Hey, how's it going? Today I want to show you guys how I set up a good lab for OSCP preparation or any other certification for that matter. You can follow along the steps as I'll be showing here in a second. The best way to learn anything is to do hands-on, okay? And not just watching tutorials. That doesn't help you much. So your intervention is needed. You will make mistakes, but you will surely learn a lot. That's the purpose of labs. Best way to have a hands-on is to set up a good lab for yourself and start working on it. Let me show you how it's done. It is super easy to do. So you are going to need a PC, obviously. So this is the recommendation that I wanted to give. So 8 GB RAM, Intel i5 processor and 30 to 50 GB hard disk, and anything more than this will work smoothly. Okay, internet obviously to download the labs, but after that you don't need it. Okay, you don't have to have internet. Once you have downloaded, you are going to need a virtualization software. You can use VMware or VirtualBox. It doesn't matter which one you use because network configuration is the only one you need to do. So what to download? PFSense is a software which can act as a firewall and also as a router between two operating systems. And this is Kali OS. Obviously, we are preparing for OSCP. This is what they will be giving as a pen testing operating system. You can also use any other Linux operating system and set it up with the tools, and you can start working on it. And labs, obviously you're going to need something to work on, so you're going to need labs also. So this is the source. I think this is not visible. Let me zoom in a bit. So this is how you zoom in, and you're welcome. Now you can see better, right? Starting with PFSense, this is the website where you will be downloading PFSense. And once you get into this, you have to select AMD 64-bit and a DVD ISO installer, and this location doesn't matter, and you can start downloading it. And after that you're going to need a Kali OS, and other than the official Kali repository, you can also download a customized version by Z Security. This is a lot helpful, and they enable root login, and by default the Kali is not root login. They enabled it, and it is also super easy to do. You can also do it by yourself. And wireless compatibility, they have installed some other drivers and some GUI to fix and bug fixes and additional software which comes in handy. And this is where you actually download. You can click either link 1 or 2, and you can also download as a torrent. And once you have downloaded this, you are going to need a lab to work on it, right? This website is maintained by Offensive Security, so you can simply download any one of them from here. Just for demonstration purposes, I'm just showing you this Metasploitable. This is also a vulnerable machine, and this is where you download it. Okay, once you have downloaded these three things, I'll show you how to set up. And you can, if you don't have VMware, you can get it from here. Get into pc.com. okay. I cannot post you this in the description, but you can easily find it. Cannot post you in the description, but you can easily find it. Check out the URL. It has to be .com only. Okay, .net, .org or malicious websites, do not go there. And once you have downloaded, installed VMware, and once you have downloaded these three things, you are ready to set up your labs. And this is the network configuration that I will be using. So this is the internet service provider. As we already know, everyone has an internet service provider, and this is some home router or firewall, and this is the wireless access point. So this is from where you get your Wi-Fi or LAN connections to your PC. Okay, once you get your connection, here what I'm doing is I'm installing a pfSense firewall, and inside the firewall I'm installing the labs. Okay, so in this case what's happening is you can directly connect to the Kali machine can directly connect to internet, and vulnerable machine can also connect to internet. But if you don't want internet, you can disconnect this link. Okay, and but still this Kali machine and vulnerable machine are accessible to each other. So this is an internal network which is inside your PC itself. So this is pretty handy to work on. So I'll just show you how to set up. So these three are compressed files you need to extract. This GZ is a compressed file. So open archive. Once you open archive, you simply have to drag it down here, and you have to do the same for other two as well. So 7-zip, open archive, drag it, drop it. And to the third one, drag and drop. Let's wait for it to finish. Let's say you have finished your vulnerable machine, and you can now replace this vulnerable machine with another lab, and it still works the same. And this pfSense firewall has some DHCP server which can give some standard IP settings like 192.168.1.100 or 101, 102, something like that. So every time you don't have to change much of the IP addresses or something like that. Okay, it comes quite in handy. It takes very less time to set up. And here we go. And remember, this works same in VMware and VirtualBox. I'm just doing in VMware because I like the way it works. So now go to the computer and file new virtual machine, and typical, and browse the disk image. First we have to install the pfSense. Okay, this is the one which is already selected. Okay, you can click on this and click OK, and it automatically detects that it is a free BSD version 10, and the location you have to browse it. offsec labs pfSense. I tried to say super organized, so it will help you later. So pfSense. Okay, next 20 GB. Let's keep it 20 gigabytes of hard disk and store it as a single file. Next, and customize hardware. This is the important part to note. Okay, here let me show you. This pfSense firewall has one connection to the Mac, to the PC, and one connection to the internal network. So you need to set up just the way as it's shown here. So you're going to need two network adapters for this. So one network adapter is already set, and it should be set to NAT. Okay, and we need to add one more network adapter, and this one you're going to set it to custom network. You can set it to any one of the number, but the number has to be consistent with other network adapters as well. So this will be the NAT connection, the one which you see here with connecting with the PC, and this will be the custom network. Okay, and all these three will have the same VMnet 0. Okay, and once you have set this up, you just have to close it and it will automatically update it here, and then you have to finish it and then run pfSense. Okay, it will automatically load the contents here, and then it will ask us to install. Before we do that, let's say organized, let these two go to lab. So all these three are here. Okay, here it's asking to copyright. All these things are common, just go with the defaults, install. But here you need to change it, you need to go for BIOS. I don't know why other things don't work, but BIOS is very easy, you just have to hit enter, that's all. And it can automatically do everything for you. Once it is over, it will ask us to reboot the machine, and once it is reboot, it is ready to go. It's ready to go. It is asking if you need any manual modifications. I said no, and then reboot, yes. It is configuring automatically, and since it is already installed, you can click on this. I finished installing. And click on this after everything boots up. It's better that way. Yeah, and it's ready. You can see here 192.168.174 series, and here this one. Now let's go to the other one. Let's open other machines here. This is the configuration machine. So for VMware, you just have to double click this one, and VMware will automatically pick up. And here you need to change some settings. Go to settings, and you don't need two adapters for here. You're just going to need one adapter. Delete that and change it to custom specific virtual network. Okay, this is the virtual network that you will be using, and click on OK, and it takes all the settings automatically, and power on this machine, and click on I copied it. It will set up the rest automatically, and now you can go to Kali machine and do the same. Here this is the configuration machine, and let it boot up, and then I'll click on this Kali machine. the default credentials for Metasploitable 2 is msfadmin and msfadmin. Okay, it's getting ready. Yep, it's showing login screen. msfadmin and msfadmin. That's it. Now you can see the shell right here. Okay, let's open the Kali machine and do the same here. Go to settings, go to network adapter, custom network, vmnet 0. That's all. Done. Super easy to do. Next, I copied it, hit enter, let it boot up, and default credentials are root and tor for this, just like previous Kali machines, if you remember. Now we can close this up. Now we have everything we need to test our things. First we will test if the internet is working in pfSense. Okay, remind me later. Okay, let's go for the shell. Number 8 is shell. Oops, sorry, my bad. Yep, and we got a shell, and let's try to ping internet. This is the Google DNS, so it is able to ping, and we got the packets back. Okay, so internet is working, and let's see if internet is working here. Okay, ping 8.8.8.8, and it's working as well. And let's see here if internet is working. Root tor. Okay, now the Kali machine is ready. Now let's try to ping internet. Yep, see, all these three machines can ping the internet. So let's try to get the IP addresses of these three things. So first ifconfig here and pipe it to more. Okay, so why do we need to pipe it to more? If we don't pipe it to more, we are not able to see the top IP addresses. If we pipe it to more, we will be able to see it. Now em0 is 1, em1 is 1. So let's try to make a small note of all these IP addresses. pfSense has network adapters 2, so there it's going to have two IP addresses, one for each network adapter. 192.168.174 and 129. This is network adapter 1. This is NAT. No, this is network adapter 1, net 1. I'll just write it as net 1. And let's go to the other one, which is 192.168.1.1. Just copy paste. I'm too lazy. This is net 2. Okay, now let's go to Metasploitable. Now what does it has? 192.168 probably. Okay, if config more, doesn't need more actually, it finished off it here itself. So this is the IP addresses. You can see 192.168.1.100, 1.100, and let's see Kali machine. it's probably the same. If config, here you can see 192.168 and 100 1.101. This is how it is. This is the router address. This can be the pfSense firewall, this address, and this is the NAT address, this one. Okay, and from here let's try to ping this machine here, 192.168.1.1 192.168.1.1. let's try to ping this, and you will be able to ping that. Okay, so you are able to connect this, you are able to connect to the cloud as well. Now let's try to do the same with vulnerable machine. Let's try to ping pfSense 192.168.1.1, and it is able to do it as well. Okay, and now next let's try to ping the Kali machine with the vulnerable machine. Okay, the IP addresses is let's scroll up. 101 is the Kali machine. Okay, and I am able to ping it, and let's do the same with this one. 100 is the metasploitable machine, so I am able to ping this as well. So now what we are doing is we are disconnecting this one. Okay, let's try to do it here. pfSense settings, network adapter, disconnect. Okay, now we disconnected it. Let's try to ping the internet. Okay, ping 8.8.8.8. okay, so it's unable to send. Previously it able to connect internet, but now no. But let's try to do it here. Ping 8.8.8. now it's not able to reach. Okay, let's try the same here. Ping 8.8.8.8. unable to reach. Yep, but now the trick is it able to reach the vulnerable machine? Yes, it is able to reach the vulnerable machine. And let's do the same here. Is it able to reach Kali machine? Yes, it's able to reach. Is it able to reach pfSense? Yes, it's able to reach pfSense. So what just happened is you are disconnected from the internet, but you are disconnected from your own PC, but you still have an internal network that is functional. Okay, so this is the better way to set up a lab than to simply use NAT connections or bridge connections. Okay, so now you have understood. Now you can go to any one of these vulnerable labs and you can do this. And I will be taking a list of vulnerable machines, and these are the things. This is a 45-day challenge. I will not be doing it within 45 days. I'll be taking a little more time than that. And if you can do these things, you will be able to crack the OSCP. That's the main goal of this. And if you need it, you can just post it in the comments section. I'll be able to provide this one, and you can make use of this. You can follow with me as well. And that's it, folks. That's how you set up a lab. And once you set up, make sure you power off this machine first. Sudo power off msf admin, and it will be powering off its own, and power this off as well, and it is stopping. And once it is done, power off this as well. So this is the safer way to do it. And once you powered all these things off, and once you have customized your Kali machine, and there are some tweaks you can do within the Kali machine so that you don't have to do again and again. So once you've done it inside the machine, you can just take a snapshot of it, and it will save a lot of time. And here you can see you are here, and from here you can take snapshots, and you can revert back if you have messed up your virtual machine. So now it is fully functional, but in future if you have messed up anything, you can revert back to here. And you can do the same thing with Metasploitable and pfSense as well. It will save a ton of maintenance time. And that's it, folks. And with this, happy hacking. And if you feel like you missed anything, please feel free to post it in the comment sections and share the wealth of knowledge to everyone. That's it, folks. Take care. Bye bye.